It's a simple concept. We make beautiful spirits. We make things that people enjoy using quality ingredients. And we put our heart into it. Hi, I'm Stephen Gould from Golden Moon Distillery. Welcome to the Distiller's Basement. So today we're going to talk about two of my favorite cocktails. That's the Martinez and the Martini. Now the Martinez is a very old Italian cocktail that many people view as the grandfather of the very famous Martini. For the Martinez, we're going to have equal parts of a sweet vermouth, in this case Cochi Torino vermouth, and Golden Moon gin. Now most of your recipe books will tell you at this point in the Martinez you want to add a little maraschino or perhaps a little teeny bit of cherry syrup. I actually think either makes the cocktail too sweet, but that's personal preference. What I like to do instead, 4 dashes of Angostura bitters. Now, Angostura is a very classic bitter. Typical recipe for Martinez calls for 2 dashes, plus that little sweet cherry input. I don't bother with the cherry input. I think that the extra bitterness really brings out the character of the cocktail. Serve it in a nice cocktail coupe. You can use a martini glass. You can also do this over a big rock, but traditionally this would be served in a coupe or a martini glass. I like to garnish with a proper cherry. Now, cherry selection is important. Don't just go buy a cheap, artificially colored red cherry. Use a good quality cherry, you're gonna get a better cocktail. And that is a Martinez. So, now we're gonna do a martini. Again, we're gonna start with vermouth. This time I'm gonna use a sweet white vermouth. More typically in bars here in the United States, you're gonna see a dry vermouth, but I actually like the sweet white vermouth better. I think it makes a more approachable cocktail. Equal parts, so 1.5 ounces of sweet white vermouth. In this case, we're using Dolin Blanc. Again, Golden Moon gin. Give it a good stir, make sure it's nice and cold. Now, this is what is often called a perfect martini as opposed to a dry martini. Now, what I like to do at this point is I like to add just a single dash, maybe 2 dashes if I'm feeling a little bit generous, of an orange or citrus bitters. So at this point, you're thinking, this doesn't look like the martini I get in my local bar. It's because unless you're going to a craft cocktail bar, someone that does vintage cocktails, it's not. This is a little different. And I'm going to garnish this with just a little bit of lemon peel. And what I like to do is I like to express the lemon oil over the surface of the cocktail. I like to rub the lemon peel around the rim. And then I take the zest, which now has oil on it, and I run it down the side of the glass and around the base. Now the reason I do that is drinking cocktails, drinking and eating food is as much about smell as it is about taste. So that little bit of oil that's on the outside of that glass and on the surface of that cocktail is going to trigger your smell receptors, not only in your nose, but at the back of your throat. So it'll make a better cocktail experience. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to do a nice little twist, get a lot of oil on it, and I'm just going to drop it right into the cocktail so lots of that lemon oil gets all over the surface of that cocktail. And this is a classic, perfect martini. And its grandfather, a Martinez.